Hi, welcome back to Small Talk Queens. I'm Megan.
I'm Kelly.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
Woohoo! Created by the Hallmark Company and the Candy Company is just to...
Now you sound like John.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a ridiculous holiday. I mean, if you can only tell someone you love them on one fucking day of the year, then you got the problems.
I show my love all of the time.
All the time.
Like this morning when I was really hostile after I got my child on the bus who didn't want to go to school, and my husband tells me that he can't call an Uber because it's going to take 25 minutes for an Uber to get to our house.
To take him to school?
No, to take John
what the fuck?
to take John to go pick up his car that was having an oil change. So I got to drive what really is like a 10-15 minute drive. It took me 40 minutes to get there for him to pick his car up because of all the school traffic.
Fucking traffic.
And you know what happens when you're behind a school bus and it stops?
You have to keep stopping.
There's a lot of rage.
There's always a lot of
And then I missed the turn and John goes, oh, you might have wanted to turn back there.
helpful.
Short of throttling him and wrecking the car, I was like, my mind is someplace else.
Right? My God. Right? As
It's
I'm sitting
not-
here. I'm a squirrel looking around the windows. I need to put blinds up so I can't look
There's
out.
a big black crow.
The
that
crow,
just
I always put my look, my Valentine nails.
Oh,
Can
look at yourself.
I don't know. Can you see them?
I can
can't
see the
hang
little
on.
red.
There's a little heart on each one.
Oh, look at yourself.
I hope they last because I was like, I'm always trying to hurry up and get them done, like
Those are
before
cute.
before we do our show, and so then it's like
My nails are not done.
I'm rushing, and so and my other ones. Okay, so hang on, back it the fuck up. First of all, we have a lot of swears and some inappropriate conversation. And you might not like it, and so please just go now. This is your warning. Go now before you end up watching and get fucking hostile because you don't like the language and you're gonna fucking tell us about it, and then I have to get hostile. Thank you for tuning in. Just go away if you don't like.
This is our
foul
love show.
language, right? This is the love show. There we go. That's what we're gonna call it. The love show. Go fuck yourself. Right. So if you don't like it, go away. So okay. So and there was I was going back to that, but then what we're talking about? Squirrel. Crows. I don't fucking know. I don't even know. I don't even know what I was gonna say. I'm going on like. And by the way, it's only George. It's my second cup of coffee. I could be like this all the time.
Did you make your own?
He didn't even fucking own. Who else is gonna make it? So Joe's out of town, right? Last minute trip, out of town for work. We're both a little hostile about it. And so the Super Bowl, yay, Eagles, woo, right? So
That's a whole nother topic.
So we weren't going to drink anyway for it because damn January, we're trying to be healthy. So we watched the game and it's over. He's like, okay, we gotta go to bed because he had to be up at 3 for 5 to get to the airport because his flight was first thing in the morning. Monday.
That sucks.
So and all I wanted to do was watch the fucking news, watch these fucking imbeciles in the city climb the fucking grease poles and fall and hurt themselves. I shouldn't joke. I did not know. So 2 weeks ago, after one of the games, these fucking idiots, they tell you don't climb the poles.
They grease
it's not
them.
safe. They grease them. So those of you that think it's a joke, like, have you ever heard of this? Or if you've never heard of this, the city of Philadelphia greases
with Crisco oil.
So someone is paid to go out there on game day and fucking grease the lampposts and the traffic lights and whatever else. So these fucking idiots can't climb them. And they climbed them. A few years ago, someone fell through the bus.
The bus, the little...
Or the newspaper
thing.
stand or something.
The little thing that has a little roof on it so
the
you
little
don't
hut,
get wet.
The little fucking hut you wait in for the bus. Yeah, right through it. And I did not know. So I didn't see any of the coverage from... Because we went to bed. As soon as the game was over, I was like, I want to see the mayhem. And Joe was like, New Orleans is not ready for what's about to happen. But they did. So New Orleans, the city of New Orleans asked the Philadelphia... and I think I heard this while we were watching the Super Bowl. I feel like that's where I heard it. That the city of New Orleans asked the Philadelphia fans who were visiting to please not climb the poles because they're old.
Old and historical.
And let's not forget it's a little bit dangerous. But look, and I looked at Joe, I thought for a minute, I was reflecting back on my one time during Mardi Gras on Bourbon Street, and I thought, I mean, could we as Philadelphia fans top what happens there during Mardi Gras? I don't know. During Mardi Gras, though, people aren't usually climbing up fucking polls.
No.
So I heard, and I don't know if it's true, that fucking New Orleans for the first time in history they greased
I
the
heard
polls.
that too. I don't know if it's true, but I heard that. And they and if they didn't, I mean,
If they did,
I wouldn't have blamed them for doing it.
And I have not seen any, because I don't watch the news. I didn't see any coverage of what may or may not have happened in New Orleans afterwards, but I did watch yesterday the coverage of what happened in the city
On
of
Broad Street.
Philadelphia, and that's when I found. So they took down. So these people, there were 47 arrests, most of them for like
Alcohol?
no
Drugs?
assault. No, what the fuck, drugs? Assault or like aggravated? I don't know. Being obnoxious. I don't know. Whatever. I don't remember. It was 47 arrests. They smashed out some fucking windows because why not? Just smash out some windows. And what else? They took down a traffic. I think it was a traffic light. They took down, and they were passing it around.
Yeah. Instead of climbing a pole, they took it
Just
down.
took it the fuck down. I don't even know. You have to bring tools.
I mean, we have no room to talk. If you live in State College, and you went to Penn State, they used to back in the 70s and 80s. Somehow the fans could get on the field and they'd tear the goalpost down. So there was like this big like fork thing.
It was a long time ago.
through.
They stopped that, and it's costly. Now they just burn the town down.
Yep.
Throw the furniture over it. So anyway, I'm sure a lot of colleges are like that. Anyway, back to we're not talking about Penn State right now. We're talking about the Eagles and the win.
No, wait. I just
and
want to say
the
this
mayhem.
has to do with the Eagles. So not only was the mayhem on Broad Street here and a little bit in
New Orleans,
NOLA,
probably.
it was also in State College. I had many people sending me.
Oh yeah, Dad told me there were some
Penn
arrests
State.
on Park Avenue.
All of the Eagles fans and maybe not some Eagle fans flooded the streets of State College,
Any
like the
excuse
main
to go out and
drags.
burn a couch.
They're climbing on top of moving cars. I didn't know there were so many Eagles fans at Penn State.
I heard because Dad said there were arrests on Park Avenue. There was which is the road that runs behind the stadium. There were arrests. But here in Philadelphia, I saw on the news, they outside of, I don't know, the Lowe's Hotel or one of the hotels, they fucking took a linen truck and burned it to the ground. So, and they show this pile of. It's not funny. It's not funny.
It's not funny.
A pile of burnt linen.
Why are they showing the burnt linens on
That's what
TV?
it is. They're like, and fans burned down a linen truck, took a linen truck and burned it or whatever, and like there was a pile of, or looted it and then burned it. I'm not entirely
So if
sure.
you're staying at the Lowe's Hotel, you probably didn't have fresh sheets or fresh
napkins
towels.
or whatever. Yeah, your last night's sheets. I mean, whatever. You're not. Look, I don't get it.
Let me just talk about.
I don't even want to go to the parade. Like,
oh yeah,
I
the
am
parade
not
is Friday.
in the
Valentine's
cold with
Day.
thousands of people.
I got
thousands of people in the cold.
We are not even
Fuck that
digressing
noise.
from this. You will get back to Joe and your early wake up because there's so much to unpack about this
forgot about it.
parade that leads right into one thing. Okay, so let's go back a minute. So the Philadelphia fans, whether it's for football or whatever,
They're aggressive.
are
They're
notorious.
They're like super fans.
Yeah, are notorious for being, well, gritty, people call it, but it's really like in your face rude. So Taylor Swift, who is from Pennsylvania, was shown on the camera at the Super Bowl
because she's dating Travis.
because she's
everybody
dating
knows.
Travis Kelce. Plus, she's just famous. Even if she wasn't dating Travis, she would have been on screen. She's on the big screen. I'm sure you've all seen this by now. But the fans booed her. Now, they say it's a
Not a
Philadelphia
lot.
fans.
I mean,
I don't think it was 100% all Philly that was booing her.
Well, you know she's getting blamed because they lost. It's Travis's fault for being distracted.
Well, they're all distracted.
I mean, who knows?
So anyhow, so they booed her because she's rooting, not because Philly doesn't like her, but because she's rooting for the Kansas City Chiefs when she's a Pennsylvania girl. And in those
I
of
just
you
feel
that,
there's no room for that.
and those of
Just
you
leave
who
her
like her
alone.
know that she has referenced the Philadelphia Eagles in some of her songs, so that's why
She
she's
does?
getting booed. Yes.
Oh, shit.
She talked about her Philadelphia jersey hanging on her doorknob, whatever, it's a line. So I just feel badly for her because nobody should be booed. And the Philly fans, I mean, they booed Santa Claus, for Christ's sakes, a couple years ago. I mean, that made national news.
Dude,
I
Santa
think
Claus.
they even spit on Santa Claus. It's not funny, but I mean, the quote was like,
Some of these
"Who
fans,
even
they're
does
a little
this?"
aggressive. It's a little aggressive. And which is also why, like I'm not going to the parade. I'll watch it. So the last time they won a few years ago, when the Eagles won,
It's always cold.
It was like -3 or something. It was like a windstorm. It was like windy.
No wonder they were all drunk.
Like chap your face off, fucking cold, right? I mean, and so we watched it from the comfort of our living room.
School's closed so that
School's
kids could
closed
go.
so kids could go. our neighbors, so there were fireworks before the game started, and so Joe's like looking out the window. I'm like, this happens every game, but see, he's not here.
Yeah.
Usually, like at the home games, it's always happening.
Right.
And so I don't think he's not really, like, he's like looking out the window. I'm like, are they in the air? They're like on the ground kind, So he's like, oh, I see them, right? So the game ends, and we have to go the fuck to bed because we have to be up. The alarm is set for 3 a.m.
So you're a better wife because I would have been like, you're getting up. I'm
Well, he's
sleeping.
like, I gotta go to bed. Go start turning the lights off. And he's like, oh, wait, sorry, did you want to stay up and watch us? I'm like, well, no, because I have to get up at 3 also. Like, it's not like you're gonna wake up, but I'm not. So, like, well, let's just go to bed. But then, like, all around that is like this fucking, like, cacophony, like, boom, boom. And then, like, some, like, loud people being loud. And then, like, a lot of the neighbors have people over.
Oh, yeah.
So then, like, I get into bed, and now it's about 11 o'clock, right? The game was over around 10-ish. Now it's 11, right? And there's car doors slamming because now people have finished, celebrating. It's been about an hour, 45 minutes since the game ended.
And yelling.
Now they're leaving. So, now there's a car door bang over here and then a bang. And then I'm like looking around because, like, if I have my head down, like, I hear only from one ear and I'm like, wait, what is that? Like, is it in the house? Like, what's happening?
Nobody's in the house.
Like, and I'm like paranoid. So I'm like, what? Like, and then there's more fireworks. I'm like, okay, people, wrap it up here. Wrap it up. It's fucking 11
you
o'clock.
should have yelled
wrap
out.
It up.
You should have yelled out. I got to get up at 3.
Well, it wasn't even the idiots behind us. It was somebody else doing it. So people were excited, which I get. But then finally, my melatonin kicked in, or whatever that's called. What's it called? Melatonin kicked in, and then I took that.
To sleep.
Yeah, and I took it. So Joe's out of town. I can't sleep, right? So I had to take that last night. And I took a fucking shot of Robitussin.
Yeah, just a shot. You didn't even
I poured it in a little cup.
So
I poured it in a little cup and then slugged it. The Robitussin nighttime because I discovered it when I was sick last month.
Oh my God.
I slept like a motherfucker. Also, I tired myself out. I didn't go to bed till 2. So because Joe's out of town, I can't sleep. So yesterday morning when I got up at 3, so I'm going to post this like Friday. Today's Tuesday because we have shit weather coming. So we're filming Tuesday. We'll post it Friday. But on Valentine's Day, and look, I have hearts. I don't know if you can tell I have hearts. Can you see?
Heart.
They're hearts. And I went back to see if I wore this one last year. I didn't. So I now have 5 Valentine sweaters. And this is the
I
one.
really like this.
Did you wear it? You didn't wear it the other week?
No, I didn't wear it.
I want this one, but it's $95. So I just
Well, thanks for
but
outing.
right. So I want it's one of those Land's End ones. It's like cottony and like super super soft, and I want it, but I refuse to pay it, and so I'm gonna wait for it to go on sale, and then hopefully they still have it my size. I'm gonna buy the pucker. Ooh, speaking of
It needs to be washed. It needs to shrink
clothes,
a little bit.
Speaking of clothes, the mystery is solved about my T-shirt.
Oh yeah. You
It
didn't.
says I wonder if beer thinks about me too.
Where
I
is
believe
it?
it's right inside.
I should
on the
look at
couch.
it.
I wonder if beer thinks about me too. So I got it. So if you didn't see last week's episode, I got this T-shirt. It was sent to me for my birthday. It showed up in an Amazon package without any kind of like gift receipt or anything. So I'm like looking and I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking and there's nothing. I'm like literally examining the envelope. Like, where did this come from? Then I thought to myself, fuck, did I get drunk and buy this? Because
It's
it would not have been the first time.
Legitimate concern.
So I went back to my Amazon orders. No, I did not buy a T-shirt. Okay. So then I posted on my Facebook page. I was like, look, I love this fun T-shirt. Like, there's no gift receipt. Who bought it? Nobody.
Crickets.
Nobody. No. Like, I'm like, well, somebody bought it.
Somebody bought it.
Right?
Somebody. Somehow the carpet got wet,
Right?
Margo.
Why is the carpet all wet, Todd? I don't know,
Margo.
So somehow, like, they had my size, they had my address. So it's somebody that's known to me that sent this, but no one's coming forward. So then Sunday night, I'm watching the game, and my friend sent me a text, and she was like, "Did you seriously not know? It was us that sent it. Did you seriously not know it was us?" I'm like, "There's no receipt. How was I supposed to know?" Like, I mean, it could have been.
Usually when you send something from Amazon, it's a gift unless you want to really surprise the person. You're supposed to like say, here you go.
Well, right.
Love
There's
you,
usually
Kelly.
a gift receipt. So there wasn't anything. So I was like, what? Well, was it you? And I get back a laughy face. I'm like, I'm gonna have to follow up tomorrow because like I'm trying to watch the game. I'm like, I don't know what laughy face means. And then also I'm like, does she like? Are they like Super Bowl? They usually have people over. Like, is she texting me or does someone have a friend of ours likes to get a hold of her phone and then text me? And I'm like, we're gonna have to have a code word from now on. Like when I send you a question, you have to be able to answer it. And if they can't, then I know it's not you. So I'm like, I'm engaging in the conversation a little bit via text because I'm not really sure if it's actually her or another friend that has hijacked her phone. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna, give too much to this. So I talked to her yesterday, and here's the best part. So she's never on Facebook, right? And her husband's not either. So she gets on Facebook. She had to check something, like a listing or something for like Facebook Marketplace or something. I don't know. And she sees my post, and then she laughs. Well, she and her husband forgot they fucking sent it because they sent it while they were having birthday drinks of their own. So I was like, that's fantastic. She's like, well, I forgot that we said it. I'm like, I'm like, I was literally like, went through my
That is the
fucking-
best.
Like, oh my God, we all, yes. Anyway.
Does this indicate that there's a drinking problem?
No, it indicates that you get forgetful when you have a few drinks.
That's my
Look.
point.
So the Robitussin. So I can't sleep when Joe's not home. And so last night I was like, I texted my friend on Sunday, like, why don't you come over here and drink with me? I'm like, or just come over and watch me drink. Like, I can't, because I'm like a huge scaredy cat. Like, I'm fine during the day, but then as soon as it gets dark, I'm like, someone's gonna kill me. Like,
You should
someone's
stop
coming
watching those
through.
scary shows.
So and it's so absurd. I know it's so absurd. So last night I just had to tire myself out, right? So
I'm telling you, I gave birth to her child.
I just thought if I just get tired enough, I'll be okay. So I power read. I mean, I looked up, 3 hours had passed. I was like, oh my God, I finished the book, which I've talked about. It's so good. I read another book. Since the last episode, I read another book.
I can barely get through the first
read
30
it
pages.
And I started it Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I read it in 3 days. I read it in 3 days. It was also that good. And there's a reason why it was a New York Times bestseller. So I read, I got up a couple times because I was like, my thing is every time I finish a chapter, I have to like force myself like get up and walk around, because like I'm sitting. But I was so involved that like a couple times I got up and went and like looked at I'm doing a Valentine puzzle, and I looked at it and filled it in a little bit, and I'm like, fuck this, I went back to my book. And then it was time for bed. So it's about 2 a.m. And I knew that you were coming over. I'm like, I'd set the fucking alarm. Got to get up. And I went to bed fully clothed in case I had to, like, except for my socks. The socks had to come off. Jump out of bed and, like, run for my life.
There's medication for this. There is medication for this.
I thought about it. I have Xanax. And I got it when I went to Germany.
You got dressed fully clothed. I mean,
I just went to bed.
Oh.
Went to bed.
How uncomfortable is that?
No, I took off. I had on workout leggings that were like compression top. I took those off because like I can't sleep in that. So it's not true. I took off my pants and my socks, got into bed, shirt, bra, ready to go. Hair was like just like this. I got up this morning. I put it up in a bun to shower and I put it back down again. Like my glasses were next to me on the bed. Everything was there. I was ready in case I had to. And I slid the night. I locked the bedroom door and slid the nightstand in front of the door. So I thought, well, someone tries to get in, they're gonna rattle. I want to hear. So then I had the melatonin,
and she has an alarm.
And I had it set, which I set off this morning because I forgot that it was on, and I opened the fucking door to come out here to put the heat on, and I'm like, oh wait. Anyway, look, he can't get home fast enough. I can't. And I have an appointment Thursday morning. Like I can't. And Sean was like, why don't you stay over here? And I said, because I can't listen to you not get out of bed in the morning and get screamed at. I can't start my day like that. And then sure enough, this morning, yeah, I can't.
It starts my day. It's really,
really
no wonder I have so many hostilities.
It's a hell of a way to start the day. So, and since it's our Valentine edition, I do have a love story to share.
Okay, well, I don't have a love story yet. I have something else.
It's not my own love story. Okay.
It is yours?
No.
Okay, good.
It's a Hollywood love story.
Okay, who cares? Love is just, whatever. So we've got this parade. We've got this Eagles celebration parade.
Here, put your headband on.
No, I don't want it. It makes me look like Medusa. I need a thicker one. At any rate, so we have this Philadelphia Eagles celebratory, they call them world champs. Can you just call them the Super Bowl champs? There's a parade on Friday, and it starts very early. So today, before I left to come over here.
Very early. What time does it start?
I don't know. They start early. Like, they start drinking. They have to get in line, like, down.
For the fans.
Yeah.
Well, you said the parade. Look.
So I don't know. And it's going to be cold. And rainy, maybe, but definitely cold.
No rain.
So, at any rate, I saw the mayor before I came over here. The mayor was having a press conference on TV.
About not climbing the poles?
Yeah. So, she's like, please, Philadelphia. I mean, she's literally begging on TV. We don't want you climbing the poles. We don't want you hurting yourself. It's like she's talking to preschoolers.
Well, I mean, why do you want to tear your own city the fuck down? Yeah. I'll never understand it.
And she's like, basically, can you please behave yourself? We don't want to be making national news.
Again.
But she was...
in the bad kind of way.
She was very like, we should be celebrating our team. Look at all they've done. The team itself has, done great things this year, and their players. And
I wonder if they could give the bill to the NFL to pay, like the Eagles pay for all the damage.
No, I don't think that the Eagles should be responsible. I think it should be like when you're in a national park and you fucking do something.
Well, do they catch the people? Like, do they able to catch them?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. So here's the thing I question.
I mean, a sea of thousands of people. How do you figure out who it was that fucking?
They
got
cameras everywhere. Can't you see the things on TV? Like the cameras. Yeah. Okay, so 2 things. One, she is begging you not to climb poles, not to bang in windows, not to destroy things.
I mean, the public
in
not
the
to be
city.
aggressive.
Right.
Yes.
So here's my question. Now that you've been warned and you've been told and it's publicly out there, if you hurt yourself on city property, i.e. I'm climbing a pole and I fall and break my neck or my arm,
well, that's
can I sue the city? Because
No.
I don't think you should be able to.
Well, I don't think so.
I think it's your own dumb fuck fault. So, but you
There
know
you
how
have it.
people are. People are so litigious. So I'm thinking, but as I'm hearing her say this, she's like, we're not going to tolerate this. I'm like, so you've been warned. It's been
it's
put out
destruction
there.
of property, for
I know,
Christ's
you've been
sake.
put out there. But people are so litigious, like, crack in the sidewalk. I fell. I broke my ankle. I'm suing the city because they didn't have it done. So you've been told not to climb something that's very hazardous. The sidewalk is very different. Hazardous, light poles, street signs, all of that stuff. Don't climb it. I
don't think you can sue when you do something illegal
I want
and
somebody,
then hurt yourself.
I want somebody to tell me, because I know that there are people that have tried to sue the city for
They
these
don't.
things.
There's no way they win. They were doing
I'm
something
hoping.
illegal.
Right. So I hope this is like when my escapades out in Yellowstone and I see foolish people do foolish things.
They get in trouble.
They get in trouble. You get
get
mauled
fined.
by a bear and you still get the $500
Which is
fine
fantastic, right?
because you were doing something you shouldn't
You
have.
went up to the bison, and therefore now you're going
Right.
to get mauled by it, and therefore you're going to get fined, and hopefully you're not dead.
You were driving through the bison roadblock, as they call it, because the bison take their own time crossing the road. It's their home, and the bison nails the car. I don't know about that, though. I mean, if you're sitting still, that's
we're not
one
okay.
thing.
We gotta. Okay.
No, but I'm just wondering. So she is begging the city to behave themselves and to celebrate all of the goodness. This is also the mayor that spelled Eagles wrong in the chant when she was doing that 2 weeks ago.
I mean,
so now I've seen
know.
T-shirts.
It's a hell of a
instead
thing.
of EAGLES, like the Eagles chant, it's spelled the way she spelled it.
I can't even. I saw that. I was like, what the fuck? I
Big
can't.
Big Dom was at the press conference.
Okay, people that don't follow the Eagles do not. They're probably. We've talked now for 20 minutes about them.
Okay.
Okay.
So wait,
Moving on
I
from
have
the
some
Super
other
Bowl.
things. So speaking of snow this week, so my friend in Saco, I think it's Saco or Saco, Maine, had 15 inches of snow last week.
Oh my
Wait, it gets
God.
even better. She
Fuck.
was on this morning, like almost in tears at 8 o'clock
I
this
don't mean
morning.
to laugh. She's in
Brooke,
tears.
we hear you. So 15 inches of snow just in
That
last
sucks. Oh God.
and her weather app is telling her in the next 6 days they are to get a cumulative of 26 inches in the
Oh my
next
God.
6 days.
That's why people end up in Florida.
Oh yeah. Well,
I
then
mean,
yeah.
You have a winter like that. You're like, fuck this noise. I'm going south.
So we're talking about the winter,
me.
which leads into spring break and people going away on spring break. I think it's a little early for spring break, but I think some of the colleges have started already.
In February?
Yeah, some of them that have like
The fuck?
there's
It's
still
not
some that have
spring.
trimester and stuff. I know, but it doesn't need to be spring. It's just the
Okay.
break. So anyhow, there are 2 American girls. They're probably in their early 20s. I saw this morning on TV in the Bahamas, swimming, not surfing, swimming, bitten by a bull shark.
They're aggressive.
Minding their own business. Now I'm going to get to something. So the one girl had her leg really kind of torn up. She's 2 surgeries already. She's going to have a third, they said. Her friend that was swimming with her felt something chomp on her foot and knew instantly what was going on.
Oh my God.
So she had some foot surgery and it showed them this morning in the
Foot
girl that had
surgery.
the leg really badly torn up in her room. They were talking. In the hospital room. They had to be life flighted from the Bahamas
Wow.
someplace. But her friend,
Excuse me.
this is why everybody should know a little bit of first aid. Her friend, I don't know his name, it was a male, came running out to her in the water, took her in, tied a piece of rope that had been on one of the boats around her leg as a
Smart.
tourniquet,
Tourniquet,
and
smart.
then wrapped it in a towel. Yeah,
With
smart.
sand. Oh God.
God, I know. But anyhow, the
Fuck.
biologists or marine biologists are saying that the warming waters because of climate change is bringing the sharks, along with other things, but bringing the sharks closer to the shoreline because they're cold-blooded, so they want the warmer waters. And the warmer waters are really warm next to the shore, so the sharks are coming in more. And then once somebody adds that, well, they're also coming in because when people go out fishing themselves, I guess the big fisheries on the boat, the boats know not to do this, but you and I going fishing, we don't know, slice the fish open, take the scraps of the fish and throw it in right at the marina, then they're coming in. So then they think your leg is, chum. So it's a problem. I mean, I'm not joking.
Well,
it's
a
a problem.
17-year-old I saw on like for whatever reason, I get like announcements from People Magazine on my phone. So
That's
I
all
see
right.
that. And so like a 17-year-old just died from a shark attack somewhere.
Right.
I didn't click on it. I didn't read it. I saw it.
Well, so People's pretty reliable, so it's not, yeah. And then, along the lines of stupid things, our illustrious leader is doing an executive order to get rid of paper straws.
And what, bring back plastic?
He's bringing back plastic, but let's go back to the whole point. It's not even political. I would say it's about anybody. Why is there an executive order even having to be made? Why is there an executive order over something so minuscule as getting rid of paper straws because he doesn't like them because they disintegrate, which is true, in your drink,
for the environment,
and then bringing back the plastic. Now, he also is quoted as saying, "I don't think a couple straws are going to hurt any sharks as they're swimming around."
I don't even have words. So we're going to move on from that.
Yeah, I'm a little... And Debbie Harry from Blondie turns 80 today.
Oh my God.
Deborah Harry turns 80 today.
Doesn't that make you feel fucking old?
From Blondie.
Jesus Christ. Well,
okay. Heart of Glass.
So, speaking of...
Birthdays?
No. Stars. Famous people. So I did see an article about, I guess in because of Valentine's Day or whatever, about Hollywood couples, the Hollywood couple love story. I had to write it down. I promise I'm not going to read. I'm just going to, highlights here. So it was Hollywood couples that were together like the longest. So Danny DeVito and Rhea, is it Rhea?
Yeah.
Rhea Perlman.
But didn't they just get divorced?
I don't know. They were together a long time. I just wrote down the highlights. Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward were together for 50 years until he died. Kirk Douglas and Ann Bidens were together 66 years until he died.
He was like 105 when he died.
A few years ago. 2020 he died. So they were together 66 years. And so Kirk Douglas and Ann Bidens were recognized as the most stable couple of Hollywood had ever seen, they said. And then Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, they met on set for a movie. I forget which movie.
Overboard.
It was not Overboard.
Oh.
And they've been in love for 41 years. Never married, but they've been together for 41 years. Maybe that's the secret to the Hollywood couple staying together. You just don't get married. Kevin Bacon and Kira Sedgwick, also together for a very long time. I forget if it said, I didn't write it down. And they're one of Hollywood's most understated couples. They don't buy luxury cars or homes or do all the stuff. They're just like normal folk.
He's from Philly.
And the other one was Bon Jovi and his wife have been together since they met. They met in New Zealand in high school, but I need to go find back information on that, because like,
New Zealand
well, maybe she's from New Zealand, but he's like from like Jersey, right? So like, I don't know why he was in New Zealand. I need
maybe
to like,
it's a school exchange program.
Yeah, I don't know. I need the details.
I think she's American,
so I need to go back and
look that up.
You look that up. So, book review for the week.
Bad Medicine. That's in my head because Sean keeps playing
it. Sean thought it was a new band.
Bon Jovi. No,
I was like,
it's
not new.
It's new to him. Oh, what did he put on his birthday list for you? Speaking of records,
AC/DC. I forget which actual album, like record, and Guns N' Roses, which I promptly bought for him. I was very excited. So book review. So last week I was talking about the Louise Penny series of Inspector Gamache. If I'm sure I'm fucking the name
I don't like
up.
that last name.
You don't like anything. So Louise Penny. So this one was the next in the series, and my parents gave it to me for my birthday. So I went back and read the other one, which I talked about last week. Finished it Friday night or Saturday morning. Promptly picked this fucker up and read it in 3 days. It was that good. It is a New York Times bestseller. It's called A World of Curiosities. So
do you have to read them in order?
So you don't have to read them in order, but I'm like one of those people, like I would have to read it in order because it's the same characters, and so you do not have to read them in order, but I would recommend reading them in order just because, like, I mean, then you have a better sense of like the characters and all the people, because it's most of the same characters and the development over a few years. So this one, I mean, this was a fucking page turner. Oh my God. I could not put it down. So if you're looking for a good series, they're all good. I mean,
what number is this in the series?
I don't know, like 15 maybe. Hang on.
They've
been around for a while. Hang on. There's a picture in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Oh, I don't have time.
18, and then there's another one. 19 is upstairs. I'm going to start it today. The first one, I believe, is called A Still Life. Then there's A Fatal Grace, The Cruelest month, I think. I don't know. I'm not going to read them all. Anyway, good book. And I like a good mystery, and I like a good, like, you know, like.
So you're not able to guess you're not able to guess the answer to this before you're finished.
Sometimes I'm good
like,
at that.
I hate that. It ruins it.
I know, because often when I'm watching a mystery, or I feel like I should be a detective, because I'm like reading it or watching it, I'm like, I know who did it. I had a guess. It made me think, not right away, it was like halfway through. I started guessing. And then this one was like it was a world of curiosities. There was a lot going on in this one. And so I had to like really pay attention. It was very, very good. And it went back to like old cases, kind of, not that were discussed in previous books, but other cases, and then that were kind of coming together currently. And then I had a guess of who the bad guy was. And I ended up being right. But, I mean, it took a while for it to play out. Because I was like, oh, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, no, maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. And then I ended up being right.
That's a good author when they can.
It was fucking good. This one, not all, several of them are New York Times bestsellers. This one was. The last one wasn't. The next one is something about a wolf. I don't remember. Something wolf, gray, I don't know. But I'm picking it up this afternoon because since Joe's not home, like, I'm not going to go to the basement and do laundry. Because, you know, I fall a lot. Look, I fucking fall a lot. Like, I'm being careful. Shoes on, my socks, walking up and down the stairs. I'm being careful. So anyway, excellent series. Louise Penny, the Inspector Gamache, Gamache. I don't speak French, so I could be pronouncing it wrong, but fucking good. I cannot wait to start the next one. And then I might have to just start the series over again, because it's been like, I don't know, however many years since I started it. So that's why I love a good series. So like the other year I cleaned out like my books. Like I read the book about like by Marie Kondo, whatever her name was, like cleaning out your shit, you know, pick up each item. Like if you're having trouble, like, cause some people are really good. Like, I'm going to pitch this, Goodwill, whatever. I am not that person. The teacher in me.
You take things out of the pile.
I have to put shit into a black garbage bag so I can't fucking see it. Because I walk past the pile and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll take that back. Oh, wait a minute. I had a pile for Goodwill. I went through my sweaters the other week and came across a green one that was like Eagles green in the pile. First of all, I don't remember buying it.
You just lost this.
Fucking things. Cheap fucking things. So if you hear the fan kick on, I apologize, people. It's fucking cold out here. It's goddamn cold. So the book or the headband?
The headband.
There you go. Well, I mean, I don't know what I was saying. What's it saying? Anyway, the books, they tell you to like get rid of, like, I'll just go back. The
Marie Kondo, get rid of things.
Marie Kondo books. So I like pick up each book. So the books were actually kind of easy because I like my books. I don't like to lend them out. I like to have them on my shelf. I like a book. I do not like, I tried on my iPad. I can't fucking do it. Fuck that noise. Got done with that. I like the book. I like
it's hard for me to even do a magazine without having it in my hand.
Yeah, like I can't. I don't like to do the reading online. I read a brief article and then I'm fucking done. I can't. And the whole page turning on the iPad, I really had a hard time with. It would get away from me. No. Like well, click it, it wouldn't move. I click it again next time. Like 15 pages.
Doesn't your hand hurt now from holding your book though?
Well, no, I hurt my wrist. I think at the gym, and then it's okay right now. But like yesterday, I couldn't move it, and it hurt to like squeeze it. So I don't know. I don't know if it's holding.
I hurt this ligament in here. And you can see it. You can see it swollen. No, you know what it came from? Tearing up papers, like this.
Why don't you make a shredder? Why don't you put it through the shredder? Oh my god! Oh wait, so I don't have any new cosmetics this week or any other things to try out to talk about. Like
no, you gave
product
me something.
review. I gave you. I got double, by accident. That was their fuck up. Oh, I did. Oh my god. So Amazon did a fuck up the other day. And they don't take food back. So I ordered some almonds, right? It's like a little snacky snack. I want some almonds. I know I should get them unsalted, but I can't even help it. It's like my one little, like, if almonds is the worst fucking thing I'm putting in my body, then like, oh well, right? So I was like, I'm not going to order any more almonds. I didn't need to be snacking. And I'm like, fuck, I ordered some almonds. And I ordered a bag of the wasabi soy. They're fucking tasty, by the way, right? So I get
Are they hot?
No, I mean, wasabi has a little kick to it, right? I ordered a 25-ounce bag. Amazon comes, right? Thumpity thump at the front door. And I go to pick it up. I'm like, what the fuck is in this bag? Haul it in, right? Go about my business, forget about it. Later on, I'm like, oh, wait, let me open this. And I'm like, I must have ordered something else. Right? Amazon's here every fucking day. Open it. They sent me a case. Wow. And I'm like, oh my God, did I buy a fucking case? I got. First of all, I don't want a case.
hurts.
Second of all, like, oh my god, did I just pay for a fucking case of these? I thought it was like $10 for the bag of almonds. So I go back. No, whoever packaged it took the box. It was a box with 6 bags in it, and put it in the bag and sent it. And I'm like, oh my god, yay.
Well,
I wanted to make sure I didn't pay for it.
I had a fuck up on Amazon from Amazon, but it did not benefit me.
Usually that fuck up does not benefit me.
No. So I got it last week. I'm hoping I can still return it. So I ordered a bunch of peppermint mocha K-Cups, Starbucks K-Cups. Yeah, I know it's out of season, but
I like the peppermint.
So, and I went back and looked. That's what I ordered. Well, I opened the box this morning to get some coffee. I have 6 bags of ground coffee.
That's why you have to open it right away. What kind? I'll take it.
Peppermint mocha.
Oh, that's tasty.
Okay.
I know Joe doesn't like peppermint though, so I'm afraid I only have the K-Cups at you need to let them know. They won't take it back because it's a food item. You're not doing it right now. They won't take it back because it's a food item, and you might have to get on the phone with customer service. But they have to. I mean, you have to take a picture of it. Did you unload it already?
No.
Take a picture of it because they're probably gonna ask you for a picture. So that happens to me a lot though. Like with the soft pretzels last year when I ordered them for John, and then he got his order and then somebody else's order.
Somebody else is missing their order.
And then I got the other week. So I ordered myself a hairdryer, right, and some products, and like several boxes came to the door that day, right? Because I ordered whatever. I ordered fucking a lot of shit, right? I'd ordered some cards and some. I ordered from current catalog, like some cards and some wrapping paper that was on clearance and whatever else. So I was expecting like a big box, right? So whatever. Boxes get delivered. I brought them in the house. I go back to doing whatever I'm doing. And then I grab the one box. Oh, here's my hairdryer, right? And I take it upstairs and I open it, right? And I'm unloading my hair products, unloading everything. And I noticed that there is, I'm missing. So the hairdryer comes with different ends. You can change them out. So it comes with different ones. Well, it's missing one. I'm like, what the fuck? So I get on, I'm sitting there in the bathroom on the edge of the tub, and I get on the thing, and I'm like going back over my order, and there you can like chat with the whoever. So I chatted, and I'm like, I'm missing this, like this and this. I'm missing, these 2 things are missing out of the box. Everything else is there, these 2 things are missing. Okay. She's like, no problem. And then, immediately sends me, we're shipping them out tomorrow. You'll have them by the end of the week, whatever. Okay, fine. Go about my business, put everything out. 3-4 hours later, right? I go back, let me get the rest of these boxes, right? Because I was like, I have to unload the wrapping paper and the stuff in this other big box. Open the box to what I believe is wrapping paper and some stationery, and it was the same. So whatever the order with the hairdryer, still missing the one piece though. They had sent it to me twice, like in this. I got 2 boxes, but I didn't look to see.
Are you sure you didn't have to pay for that twice?
Oh no, I looked. I'm like, oh my, because I thought, oh my god, I fucking ordered this twice. Fuck. Like fuck. Gonna be fuck. So I went back and looked, and I'm like, how did this happen? And I went back through, and I'm like, because it was the same order number on both receipts. And yes, I should have called them and said, look, you sent me this, but instead I gifted it to you for your birthday.
I need to try it.
Look, I don't know how that happened. And then Amazon last week when I ordered the 1 bag of almonds and I got a case, and of course I stroked out because I'm like, I didn't want a case. Oh my god, did I just
you
get
have
charged?
A lot of
did I just
almonds.
get charged for a case? And then I'm like, I did not, but I didn't buy it. I didn't pay for the case. So I'm like, look, that's called. I'm sorry that you fucked up, but I'm gonna keep it, right? I'm gonna keep it. Okay, I'm gonna switch gears. So I've been trying new recipes, right? I've been trying like 2 new ones a week. So this week without Joe being here though, like I'm gonna try something new tonight, and then I'm gonna have leftovers for tomorrow night. So I hope it's good because I'm gonna be eating it on my own, right? And the one that was like cook it in a ramekin. I'm like, I hope that my French onion ramekin thing is big enough. We're gonna find out. Otherwise, I'm just putting it all in one big thing, and whatever. Anyway, so I did this. I did it was a Swiss chard stuffed chicken breast, right? So I have the thick chicken breast. I don't like cooking meat. I like if I take it out of the package and just dump it in, I don't have to handle it, fine. But it's amazing that I actually eat meat because I think it's disgusting. So they're preparing it. So I have to butterfly them, right? So I hate that. I'm like looking at the direction again, like at the fat end.
That's why I buy the thin cut ones.
I went with what I already had. They were on sale the other week. Joe came home with like a bunch of them, and they're in the freezer. Got the food saver out, did the whole thing, got them in the freezer. So I thawed these fuckers, right? I got a butterfly. So I'm hostile, first of all, because I had the butterfly, and it's disgusting. And it's really cold. Like, it's really cold. It's so cold. So I butterfly the fucker, right? And I've never prepared Swiss chard for myself. So here I am with the fucking YouTube in the kitchen. I'm gonna need an iPad. I'm gonna need someone have an old iPad you want to get rid of, because mine shit the bed years ago. Like, because here I am on my phone, you know, like scrolling up, like looking like Swiss chard, how to prepare Swiss chard. I don't know. Like, do you peel it off the stem like you do like kale?
She gets a little hostile when she cooks anyhow.
So, oh wait, you don't even know.
She has short patience.
The hostility that I had in the kitchen the other night. So I made it right.
She doesn't like to cook.
I love it. I don't like interruption.
Well,
Joe watching.
Every time I've seen you cook, you've been hostile.
Because you're like, Dad, wipe it up behind me. Like, you're like in my way, wipe it up behind me. I can't. Leave me the fuck alone in the kitchen. If I need the help, I will ask for the help. Leave me alone. So I'm in the kitchen. Joe's working, whatever. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I've learned how to make it. I've watched the video, la-di-da, whatever, you know. I get it together. I'm all proud of myself, right? I've got it. I butterflied it. Even I fucked up the butterfly a little bit. Cut the one piece. I have it all. It's all closed up. It's on the pan. I go to put the fucking pan in the oven and fucking bumped it. And then the chicken falls back, rolls off the fucking pan onto the door of the oven, which is hot, right? So it sticks. Like, you fucker. So I grab it. You know, I grab it quick. But I'm looking, I'm like, do I wipe this off the door? Or let it just burn off? Like, what do I do? And I'm like, I'm looking at the chicken to make sure the chicken is all right. I had to put it back together. I mean, I had to like, you fucker. And then open it back up with my hands. You know, put the fucking ricotta Swiss chard shit back in, close it back up. I'm like, fuck you, and just put it in the oven. I'm like, it's gonna. So then, you know, Joe comes out. He's like, because of course he heard me raging in the kitchen. He's like, why is everything okay out here? I'm like, fucking John fucking fell off the fucking door. It's like, oh my God.
I wish I could see his face as he hears you from his assigned workstation going, oh, do I even want to go in there?
I better go check on this. Let me go see what the fuck just happened in the kitchen, because there's more than the average number of swears, right? I mean, because normally I'm cooking, I'm fine. Like, sometimes I put music on, I'm out there. In your house, I'm not, because you're yelling at Sean. Sean's out to visit with me. He wants to help. You're yelling at him and cleaning up behind me, like Dad does, wiping up behind me.
Even when I'm here and you've cooked. Get out of my way!
Well, I don't want anybody in my way. It's just that simple. So anyway, so then you know, he comes out. I'm like, look, it's not going to look good, but hopefully it tastes good.
Oh, I'm sure he was waiting to eat it at that point.
And the result, it was just okay. It was just, it needed
flavor.
I mean, I think it would be just as good with spinach. So I don't know that spinach is easier. I mean, especially if you buy it bagged and clean.
Use the chard?
Yeah, clean it, switch it around a little bit. I mean, it didn't taste bad. You had said it was bitter. It's not bitter.
Chard is not bitter?
No. But then I'm like looking at the picture, because there's different kinds of chard. I'm like, why is theirs red and the stem is like red? So in the cooked picture, I mean, it's like red, like my sweater red, like this red. And it's like, why does there look like, at first I thought it was peppers, like sun-dried tomatoes or something. And I'm like, why is it fucking red? Mine is green and white. Like, what is happening? So there are different varieties of Swiss chard.
You didn't look in the recipe to see what it said?
It just said Swiss chard. And when I went to the produce market last week, I got Swiss chard. So,
well, they're not exactly the most accurate, as you found.
Well, I also wanted to make sure I didn't have the wrong thing. I'm like, I fucking bought like something different that's not even Swiss chard. Like, what is this? But it was Swiss chard. There's just, the stems were not red. And you can eat the stems. So I like this, it's thick like a celery at the end. So I cut that off, and then. Why you make a face? It's good. I mean, it tastes like a green, like a leafy green.
You know what I didn't like growing up? Endive. That is bitter shit.
If it's prepared, I had dinner at a friend's one night.
No, that is bitter shit.
And they made an endive salad with blue cheese and pine nuts, and it was fucking good.
That sounds really good. But however it was made when we were little, endive.
I don't remember ever having it when I was little.
We had a lot of iceberg, because again, back in the late 70s, early 80s.
Well, iceberg's cheaper. Iceberg. So if you're feeding a family, go for the iceberg.
But they really only had the iceberg. Do you remember the Tupperware container that had the
it held the head of iceberg.
It had like a nail.
It held the head of iceberg.
And you stick the iceberg on top of it. Yes. And then you put it's a Tupperware
Mom,
container.
Do you still have that? I need to know. Do they still have the Tupperware from like?
They do still have Tupperware.
But I don't know if they still have the Tupperware. Like the Tupperware.
Once they branched out from the iceberg lettuce and started with romaine, and then in the garden in the summer they always had.
Well, I got them started on Brussels sprouts because our
dad never liked them.
Well, Dad growing up had a lot of cabbage, right?
Cabbage every which way it could be made.
Big family. cabbage. So he's not a cabbage.
And they stored it. You could store it in
like the root cellar, right?
In the root cellar in Grandma's house.
So, why? My God, why? So, and Mom didn't like Brussels sprouts. So I never even had Brussels sprouts.
Which is shocking because she eats.
Well, they eat the hell out of them now, but they didn't know because also growing up, I'm gonna get yelled at. There's a lot of boiling the vegetable or microwaving the vegetable until it's just like blah, like mush, and that's why I used to not like a lot of vegetables. It's also why Mom and Dad don't like a lot of vegetables. You don't cook them till you get all the vitamins out of them. You just barely cook them.
They eat a lot of vegetables.
They do, but they wouldn't eat Brussels sprouts. Like they were like opposed to it. And now we get them every time we're out with them. We get the Brussels sprouts, and I showed them like now you roast them. You don't fucking
they
you
are
don't
good
boil
roasted.
them.
They are.
They're also
good.
just good in the pan with some butter and some fucking bacon. Oh yeah. Anyway, look. So now they eat the Brussels sprouts. I love
now
Brussels
I'm hungry
sprouts.
for them.
I know I love Brussels sprouts. I asked Joe last night. I talked to him, and I was like, he was watching on the camera to see because as soon as I got home, he called. Like, were you watching for me? He's like, I was. Oh, my foot bath came today. That's
what?
Amazon came. I ordered myself. Fuck Brussels sprouts. So I ordered because my foot was killing me last week, killing me. So I got the compression socks, whatever, and it miraculously was just like gone the next day. But I had done all of the things it said to do as I was about to take myself to fucking hospital. Like, look, my foot, my fucking, and now it's my wrist. I can't. Like one body part just hurts so bad.
Because you're old.
I was sure.
You're getting
I was
old.
sure that I had like a stress fracture. Like I'm looking at it.
A tumor.
I'm like my feet like next to each other. Like okay, they look the same. Like not swollen, whatever. So when it said to soak it in the tub with bath salts, which I talked about this last week because the hot water ran out. Like you just run it and then it runs out, and I don't have a stopper for the tub, so it wasn't like I could just put some water in and then let it.
You're using your heel.
I used my heel and shoved it down in to try to keep the. So then I'm like, okay, there has to be one that heats, right? Or I'll do like fucking Laura Ingalls and I'll just do it in the kitchen and heat the pot with my hot water with my tea maker.
And then you're gonna peel the skin off your foot. And then just keep
pouring a little bit in to heat the water back up. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. They make them heated. So I did a little research online, found a good one, ordered it from Amazon. It arrived last night. I'm very excited. But our house is old and we don't have a lot of 3-prong outlets. Oh. So I'm like, where the fuck am I doing this at? Where the cord can reach and I can also sit comfortably
and not
to soak my
yourself.
feet. And I've got short legs, so I have to be able to sit somewhere where I'm not like dangling off the end of the chair. Like I don't know where I'm going to sit. I've not figured out yet where I'm going to be with the fucking foot bath. So I want to be, because you don't want to like sit uncomfortably like on the edge of the chair while you want to like relax, right? You want to relax.
It's like you
I do not have enough of a leg, but I do have short legs.
So I need to be able
sitting
and you're like dangling
trying to get them in.
Nowhere near
well, your couch, like your couch is like deep couch city. Our couch is deep too. So like if I sit on it and sit back, my legs are like straight out. I mean like my feet just like hang off the end of the cushion. So I usually sit with my legs up because like if anyone like you like bowling past me, you knock my feet around, because my feet are just like hanging out, so they get knocked back and forth and like. I can't. Okay.
Oh God.
Okay. Switching gears.
I still have a view of you with the short legs.
So I got the foot bath, and this has like rollers, and it has like but it heats it. It heats the water. Well, it heats the water. So and it was. I looked on Amazon and I put it in my cart, even though it was a little bit more expensive than some of the other ones. But then I did a review online. I want to say maybe Good Housekeeping review of like foot spa things, and I wanted it because like I want to be able to soak my feet, and they do hurt a lot because look, I've broken the left foot, I've broken my ankles, I've broken all my toes but the big ones. My broken toe from the other week, it's okay. The other day though, I had an itch, and I bent my toes on the carpet to like, and I was like, oh God, fuck. So I rubbed the broken toe right into the carpet. And I was like, oh my God. So
I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom.
If you have to run out quick. So don't cough. So I was talking to my friend and she's like, she had a bad cold. She's like, every time I'm like laying in bed, she's like, I cough and I'm like, she's gonna be like a fart or piss myself. It's like, yeah. She's like, I have to go to the doctor. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm like, it's called being in your 40s.
Yeah.
Late 40s. I can't even. I'm still like in my mind.
So I'm reading this book called Menopause that I've already purchased for a couple of my friends and
I thought you said you bought it for me, but I don't need to read it.
No, you can have mine.
I'm not there yet.
Oh, but you're gonna be because it leads you. So anyhow,
my friends they keep talking about perimenopause on Facebook.
Yeah, you're in
and
perimenopause. You're in it. You just don't know it, but you're in it.
Okay.
Cause So anyhow, it talks about how the loss of estrogen also makes your pelvic floor weak. So you don't have to have had kids and push them out to have a pee every time you laugh or cough.
No, I know.
It just comes.
I
with
have to
age.
hustle. Like I have to hustle. Like when I feel the urge, like reading my book, I cannot. I'm like, let me just get to the end of this page. Let me just find a stopping point. I'm in the middle of dialogue. Let me just get to a stop. Oh, no, there's no stopping point. Or I'm like, I'm good. And I stand up. I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like hustling, and I'm not far from my reading chair to the bathroom, but I'm like, God damn it.
I bought a lot of extra underwear. And I travel with a lot of extra underwear.
Right. Well, and so a friend of ours, her aunt when she would travel, would always take her old underwear and then throw it away as she would like wear it, so she wouldn't have to bring it back with her. Smart. But I'm like, this is the Mike. This is our dad and us, right? This is the Mike Spicer and me. I mean, it has a little hole. Okay, it's fine. I can put my finger through it now. It's still okay. I go to like pull it up and like the elastic is like ripped apart. I'm like, it's okay. I mean, I wear it till it's like in shreds. I'm like, okay, it's time. Like, because I'm like, like, it's still underwear. No one's gonna see it.
There's no need for romantic underwear anymore. That ship sailed. It's got the holes. It's got the elastic. Sometimes I think it's hair, but it's really like
the elastic hanging. It's great when it hangs down on your leg, and I keep like trying to wipe my thigh. I'm like, what's happening? I go in the bathroom, pull my pants down, and look like, what is it? Right, and it's a piece of real thin elastic dangling, and hitting my leg. I hate it. Anyway, look.
I mean, no one sees it. So, no. And when I travel, I take extra underwear. Well, first of all, because you never know what's going to happen. And there might not be a Walmart nearby.
I pack for a minimum of 2 pairs a day.
Well,
whether I'm going to a friend's house or I'm going overseas, minimum 2 pairs a day.
Not even because I laugh and I pee.
You sweat.
All the time. The sweating. When we went to Tennessee, I knew it was going to be humid.
I think I could pack like 3 a day for that.
I did.
And did laundry.
I did laundry.
God.
I mean, there is nothing worse than to walk out and get that swamp ass.
Yeah, and I don't care what kind of fucking Lumi you have. When the underwear get wet, it's wet, right? I mean, you might not stink, but God damn it, it's like stuck to you.
No, but when it dries again, it does stink.
Oh, it's so gross. I mean, it's just, if people watch this, they're like, what the fuck? Our male viewers, I'm sure, are horrified, but look, our female viewers, I'm sure you know.
They can smell too.
Everybody, swamp ass on everyone is not pretty.
Remember? His balls stank.
His balls stank right through his pants. I can't. Joe was on the train on the way home from an Eagles game several years ago, and this woman was on the phone having a conversation with a girlfriend of hers.
It's entertaining.
And talking about her baby daddy or whoever it was and had ball sting. And she was like, his balls stank right through his pants. I'm like, so Joe comes home and he does, I don't know
the best
details,
imitation.
the whole story of it though.
Yeah.
I was like, oh God, it's so gross. Anyway.
His balls stank right
Okay,
through
so speaking of balls and underwear.
So you know it's bad. Go through the
pants. I had a taxi driver like that once. And I was so hungover I had my head out the window and I was gagging. My friends were visiting for the weekend and we were hungover and going back into the city. And we stopped at a Wawa, right, for someone to get smokes. And I wrote on a gum wrapper, he stinks so bad, and passed it back to them. Because it was not warm out. And I have the window down. I was up front. They were in the back. And it was like 3 of them and me up front. And so I had my window out, like my head out the window like a dog. I'm like, I have a really bad gag with it, especially around smell.
Yeah.
Smell. Ooh. So I was like, oh my God, out of the car, I was just like dry heaving. I'm like, oh my God, he stunk so bad. So bad. Anyway, okay.
I will tell you this, though. When my kids were little, once they were potty trained, because when they were being potty trained, we're going to wash these and we're going to reuse them. But when they got older, and it was more one son than it is the other, those fucking underwear go in the trash. Boom. Psh.
Right, little accident.
My husband has a job so that I can buy new underwear for my kids.
Underwear, right? Just throw it away. Just fucking throw it away.
Mom and Dad are appalled. You just throw it up. I'm like, yes. I am too old.
I'm too old. Let's not scrub and poop out of a pair of underpants. Throw it the fuck away.
Too old for this.
Oh my God, right?
Not even accidents, like just smelly.
Okay.
Boom.
We're gonna now part ways with the smelly underpants. Do you know that you can sell them? Wait. So anybody out there watch Orange is the New Black, right? They start selling their underwear from prison.
Oh my God.
And I thought, this is some kind of crazy shit. And I Googled it, and there's a market for it. And here's me, right, fresh out of teaching. Well, fuck, I'll start selling my underwear. Used underwear. And there are very specific amounts of being used that people want with their fetishes.
That's a fucking bad fetish.
I'm going to leave it alone there. You want more information on that, you Google it. But there are various levels of...
What the fuck is wrong with people?
There are various levels of dirty underwear that people are wanting.
Now, would that be called sociopath behavior? That
No,
has
it's a
got
fetish.
to be.
It's a fetish. They like smelly underwear.
Fetishes...
Like dirty underwear.
There's not a fetish that I don't find. Fetishes are weird. Fetish equals weird. Oh my God.
So those of you that have a fetish, I apologize for her. I apologize for her.
No, I have my own and they're weird. But they're never like, I have a fetish for like Irish setters. I'm going to go have like 10 Irish setters.
Okay, we're moving on. I'm moving the fuck on. Oh my God. Now she doesn't even drink and she's not high. She seems like it, but she's not.
Wait. We have to revisit the thing that you sent me, the picture of the Lord of the Flies you highlighted. Because I never,
from
we
my
never
book.
talked
I know,
about
I forgot
that.
about it. It was because you said everything goes back to the Lord of the
does.
Flies. It was about the kids were in the book I just finished. They were having a little get together, like in the Village Green is what it's called, little party, and the kids said we were one jelly bean away from like something out of Lord of the Flies, which I found most amusing.
Where's is that the actual quote? One jelly bean.
The kids were one jelly bean away from like a scene from Lord of the Flies.
I mean, that's a good quote for a variety of reasons.
Yes. Okay, so we've been watching, the Oscars are coming up in a few weeks, and Joe and I watched another movie.
Oh.
So far, Conclave is by far the best. Conclave is the best, and then Emilia Perez is still in second place.
Did you say Emilia?
Emilia, I don't know how to, it's...
Emilia Perez.
Emilia, but it looks like Emilia, so look. Whatever Perez, Emily Perez, what the fuck it is. And then we watched Substance with Demi Moore, which was bizarre. So then we rented Anora.
Oh, wait, I haven't even heard of that.
We rented it. We paid $5.99 for some soft porn and some Russian humor.
Oh my God.
Right. It starts, right?
Is it in Russian?
There's a lot of Russian being spoken, yes. It is...
I might have to go to the bathroom.
It's a comedy. It is a comedy. But it starts off and I was like, we're watching porn. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, I'm like, how is this? I'm trying to imagine like the people at the Academy watching this.
It's artistic.
It's about a stripper, an exotic dancer in Brooklyn who gets with this rich Russian guy, right?
Oh, that's where the Russian.
And it is it's fucking funny. I mean,
it's a comedy.
It is not a comedy like a Will Ferrell comedy. It's more like a darker comedy. But it is amusing. It's amusing. But it really is basically soft porn. I mean, so the movie ended. So we watched that, and then we'd watched Substance last weekend. And I'm thinking it, and then Joe goes, boy, these Oscar movies this year have a lot of nudity. I'm like, right? Like, the nudity in Substance was not sexual nudity. This was an exotic dancer.
Was it gratuitous?
There was a lot of... Yeah.
I hate gratuitous.
I mean, she was naked a lot, and there's a lot of sex.
Why does it have to be gratuitous?
There's a lot of sex. So, this is one that you do not want to watch.
With your kids.
I mean, I'm certain that it's rated R, one, because she says motherfucker a lot.
God, I love that.
And there's a ton of nudity and a ton of sex.
Why does motherfucker have to give it an R rating?
It is a comedy, and there's nobody in this movie that I'm familiar with. I mean, Joe was like,
I've not even heard of the movie.
I didn't hear of it either.
Didn't hear of that in Golden Globes.
It was at the... Is it Cannes? How do you say it? Cannes?
Cannes.
You pronounce the S, Cannes?
I don't know.
It won at the Cannes, whatever.
For what?
I don't know. But it was on the list, and...
If you know anything about this movie and you've watched it, you need to tell us.
Anora.
That's Anora? Is that her name?
Anora. It's called Anora because in the movie her name is Anora, but she's...
That's what I just asked.
So she's from Brooklyn, but she's Russian descent. Her grandmother, she knows, she can understand Russian and speak a little bit of it. But it starts with her at this exotic dance place doing some lap dances, and then
have an image.
right you can't even. I mean, it's pretty graphic. And it's like up close and personal. And the owner comes in and is like, there's a guy here speaking Russian, don't you speak Russian? And she's like, a little bit. So then she goes out, and then she's with the Russian, and then it's like So Joe says to me, it's kind of like that movie, because I'm like, I know nothing about this. And he says to me, it's kind of like the movie with Julia Roberts. And like Pretty Woman, he's like, yeah, same kind of idea. Where like this
he's gonna save her from
prostitute
being
escort goes with. It is not like fucking Pretty Woman. It is not. There's no fairy tale ending. There's no, and I'm sorry to give it away. There is nothing. There is comedy to it, but it's more of like a dark comedy. It's not like, I mean, it
has humor. You shouldn't laugh at.
It is humorous, but it's not humorous like in Pretty Woman when she's like at the fancy restaurant, she's trying to get the escargot and the fucking thing pings away. Like, I mean, there is humor. It is definitely better than Substance. I mean, if I had to watch one of them again, I would go with this one, despite the graphic nudity and the sex. It's basically, I'm like, there's a soft porn movie up for fucking an Oscar. Like, what is happening here?
If that wins,
it won't win.
I'm gonna laugh.
There's no way.
I've got to read this quote though from your book. This is from her book that she just read. This one. Those not sleeping were chasing each other around and around the outer ring of the village green, ignored by parents who tried to pretend their progeny weren't one jelly bean away from Lord of the Flies. Their progeny wasn't one jelly bean away from Lord of the Flies.
I immediately thought of you.
I'm telling you, but see, I told you. You laugh.
Lord of the Flies. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Thank you, 10th grade English.
Right. So okay, we're at an hour, so we're gonna wrap this up.
Last
week when I was posting it, it was 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds. It was 1-1-1-1-1.
Did everybody touch something blue?
1-1-1-1-1. That's something blue. What?
When it's 11-11 and you see it on your TV,
I make a wish.
You're supposed to make a wish. So that was all ones. So did you make a wish?
No, I said we should go buy a lottery ticket and play with number 1. Speaking of lotto, wait, I gotta go here. So this article from the Penny Hoarder popped up on my phone.
The what?
The Penny Hoarder?
I've not heard of that.
It's a magazine, like a Penny Hoarder, like a. Have you never heard of the Penny Hoarder?
I just have not heard of penny hoarders.
Anyway, so it's listing like things you can do to make like a little extra money on the side, right?
Sell myself?
No, you can sell your dirty underwear. It did not mention that. So it names some things like private shoppers or like whatever, and it names like so you can play solitaire or bingo from your phone and win money. I'm like, this has to be like a joke, right? And so they go on to discuss it in the article. I'm like, I'm gonna try it. I like solitaire. I love bingo. Download these apps, right? I didn't do the bingo. Fuck it. I think I even deleted it. Because I'm like, solitaire. I love a little game of solitaire. It took me a minute because I haven't played it in like 20 years.
Dad taught me how to play solitaire.
I had to think about it for a minute. So I'm like, okay. So it's like, so it looked like I had won money. And I'm like, oh, super. So it's like, we'll PayPal you or Venmo you right now. And I think about it for a minute. I'm like, well, the Penny Hoarder is talking about this. Like, the Penny Hoarder, I think, is a reliable source. So, okay, I just won money. No. It ended up, instead of depositing money into my account, I paid $10 so it's gambling. It's gambling online is what it is. But I won $60. So
but did you actually win $60?
So at the end, I deposited 60. I think I'd actually paid 13. I paid 13, and then at the end I cashed out with 60. So I won $47.
Did you? It's actually in your account.
Yeah, okay. They Venmoed it to me, and I put it because I put in my Venmo and my PayPal because I was like, wait, what's happening? Now they have like all my information. but I was pissed off because it's not like, oh, just go play solitaire and you win some money. You have to deposit first. So I won the $47, and now I just play. You can just play for fun. Like you can just you don't have to like. But I'm not winning anything. And so the next day I thought, well, let me try this again. So actually I won $37 because next day I'll deposit 10. I'll see if I win another 60.
It's a slippery slope.
It is, and I
slippery slope.
It's fun, and I know this. It's so dangerous. Like just right there from your phone. I'm like this, and I thought this was really irresponsible of the Penny Hoarder to like suggest
you should
this.
Write them.
I should write them. Really.
And they also don't have the disclaimer like they do on television.
It's gambling. It's like go play solitaire.
If you have a gambling problem, dial 1-800-GAMBLER, whatever.
And I don't think that I don't know if there's a thing on there. They should disclose it. So basically, it's gambling. So any of those things where you're going to win money, yes, you can win money in real money, but you should make a deposit first. So
yeah, I don't think that's a good way to make money on the side.
No, so I stopped. I was like, let me not go down this fucking
selling your underwear might be safer.
I know, right? Let me just sell this out. No, some serial killer coming to my house. I can't. Okay.
Did they pay extra for the Valentine's underwear?
I don't know. I mean, I literally looked it up. We were watching Orange is the New Black years ago. Well, I don't think we ever watched the final season of that.
I've never seen that. It's horrifying though because I hear so much about it, and my oldest watched it when he was in high school.
Wow.
Yeah. And Dexter.
I love Dexter.
And what's the other one?
Sopranos. He didn't watch.
No, he didn't watch Sopranos. What was the other one?
Weeds.
No. Narcos. But there was another one. Orange is the New Black.
If you be quiet for a minute, I can think.
The one where they're making
Breaking Bad.
Yes, Breaking Bad.
I love Breaking Bad. I lost so much sleep. I was still teaching when we were watching Breaking Bad. And it's like, okay, it's 11 o'clock. We're done. We have to go to bed now. It's like, oh, no, let's just watch the next one. Let's just watch one more. I mean, it was such a good show. And then last year we watched the prequel series that came out, Better Call Saul. Excellent. I loved it. It was very, very good. Okay, and on that note, so here we are, 104.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. And it's a joke of a holiday. So like, if you don't have somebody, like,
that's horrible coming from you.
I mean, it is. It's Joe and I do nothing. We went out. Our first I promise
we don't go out anymore.
Our first year together, we were dating. We went out for Valentine's Day. We went back to the restaurant where we had our first date, where we met at our first date, an Italian restaurant. But their food sucks, but their pizza's good. So we go. We're excited. Our first Valentine's. It's the first Valentine's Day I've ever had a Valentine for. Right. So I'm stoked. Right. I went out. I bought the pretty underwear. I did all the fucking shit. Right. We go sit down at dinner. Well, they have a fixed menu, and the pizza, which is the only good thing on the menu, is not on the menu. So I'm fucking hostile.
That's why I don't like New Year's Eve either.
Right. They have a fixed menu. The food sucked. They rushed us out. We got home, and we're both hostile over this bad meal. Right. We put on Criminal Minds. Joe got me started on Criminal Minds. So we're watching little Criminal Minds. I go in, put on my sexy shit that I bought. Come out, he's asleep on the couch. And then I was like, fuck this. And we'd both been up since like 5:30 in the morning. Like, it's time for bed. So I'm like, we gotta go to bed. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, look, it's fine. I'm tired too. Like,
Valentine's Day is for the young.
I just think, and now they do the Galentine thing and the girls go out, whatever. I
have a pen palentines. Pen pals, pen palentines.
Funny. Cute.
And galentines.
I mean, I wear the festive shit. I decorate the house. Mostly I decorate the house because I'm so hostile after taking the Christmas stuff down. And it's like so bland that I want to like cheer it up with the Valentine stuff. So I do have a lot of Valentine.
I have to be honest, I wouldn't have bought this sweater if it wouldn't have been for you. Well, I'm not big on hearts.
I'm not either. Like, this is subtle. The one I wore last year was white with like some red stripes and had like one little.
Well, like, where the hell else am I wearing this? Like,
you don't wear it all spring long. It's just a heart. But I'm not like a heart.
No, I don't like hearts.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't.
That's because you have a cold black heart.
A cold black heart. But
I don't. I just have my nails.
They just look very juvenile to me, or very like baby-ish. Well,
I really like my Temu cardigan that I bought that I wore last week with the black. It's really nice and toasty warm with the black hearts. I might wear it like.
I think you should come out in your mink each week.
It might be mink. Anyway, okay. Oh wait, on Honora, she gets a fur coat. Right, we were watching it the other night, and she mentions, because the guy says to her, "Is it mink?" And she's like, "No, it's not mink. It's something else." So it could be
right. But Joe said his mother had a mink coat.
Probably
so
mink, yeah. And I don't know my animal fur coats, so I don't know. But anyway, all right, she's got to pee, and it is fucking cold. I'm ready for spring now. It's goddamn cold on this porch. I mean, I had the heat on. It didn't help that I didn't get up until fucking 9:30 because I didn't go to bed till after 2 because I had to tire myself out so I could sleep. And take the Robitussin so I could sleep. But I was going to drink. I mean, I thought, I'm just going to have to drink 2 bottles of wine and go to sleep.
Oh my God, that's a problem.
Well, and I didn't want the calories. And 2, I thought, because I can't drink 2 bottles of wine by myself. What if I get hurt? And there's nobody here.
And then they did the blood count. And the police are like, well, she was inebriated.
I could just sleep on the couch. We'll see. I don't know what's happening tonight. I only have enough Robitussin left for one more night. So.
Well, tonight we're supposed to get snow. You could come to our house. Okay. Oh, we're going to go.
On that note. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Have a
great week. And if you didn't like us, you don't need to tell us. Thanks so much. Bye.